I ask for the lights and say, I'm going to hand over to you. Please take it away.
Thank you very much, Christine.
The last thing I have to say is the phone may ring. You'll hear a phone ringing at the back, possibly in 15 minutes, because a group of 4 has got trapped on the tube. So if that happens, I will duck out. I apologise to you, but they've
That's
done.
fine. You won't let me.
Okay.
Okay, so when I was thinking and planning this talk about Haitian Vodou flags, the first thing that occurred to me was to think about what flags are in general. And flags are, this is the national flag of Haiti, and flags are identifiers. They are the symbol that represent a nation or a tribe where one belongs to. And Vodou flags have been, Haitian flags have been used by Vodou nation over hundreds of years. But the truth is that sequined flags, sequined Vodou flags, are unique of Haiti. And they derive directly from the practice of the Vodou religion. Each flag represents a god of the Vodou pantheon, also called Loa. And they display the beauty of the god and also the power and the strength of the presence of the god during the ritual. And I say presence because each flag has the function of, is an invitation. It invites the gods to come and participate during the ritual. And by participate, I mean possession, which is the most important part of the Vodou ritual. Next. This is the coat of arms at the center of the Haitian flag, but used into using sequins for a Vodou flag. So when I had to look at the Haitian flag, I had to look at the possible origin for those flags, because although the sequin flags are unique of Haiti, the truth is that the symbology and the visual and the function and dimension allow us to investigate on the different possibilities, different origin for those flags. So the lecture will be structured in this way. I will first talk about the possible origin of the flags, then we will look at the way we actually create a flag and what kind of themes and design are used in the flags, with a focus on 5 of the most important gods of the Vodou pantheon, and then we will look at the use of the flags in a Vodou ritual, and we conclude showing what's happened in the last 20 years in terms of production of the Vodou flags. And I cannot start talking about the origin of the Vodou flag without focusing my attention on the country of origin of the Haitian people, which is Africa. So, next. This is a map of Africa and of West Africa, and that's where a lot of the Haitian were taken and brought back to Haiti. And in Africa, as I said before, flags were used for hundreds of years by all the kingdoms of sub-Saharan Africa as a way of displaying power and authority. It was also a way of expressing notion of cultural identity, military prowess, and religious affiliation. But if the production of flag was already alive in Africa, the truth is that it increased dramatically with the contact with the Europeans, because Europeans start to arrive in these parts of Africa. And I would like to focus on 2 particular regions of Africa, 2 different kinds of flag tradition. The first one will be the Azafo military flags of the Fanti people, and after that I will look at the royal banner of the Fon king of the Dahomey Empire. No, it's all a lot of name, but I will let you know. So next. So this is the Fanti Empire, and it was based mainly on the coast. And this is the Dahomey Empire, which also includes the Benin Empire. Next. So the Fanti people lives in villages, along the fishing villages along the coast of Ghana, and that area was one of the center for the slave trading between Africa and America. And with the contact with European, and under the suggestion of the Europeans, the Fante decided to create military companies in each village, 1 or 2 military companies, which will be based very much on the European model. So each military company will have a name, will have a number, and will also have a flag that will represent that company. And interesting enough, when Lord Baden-Powell decided to create the Boy Scout movement, he based himself very much on the military company of the Fante people.
Wow.
And I was a Boy Scout. So, apart from having a military function, they also, different companies developed a lot of rivalry between themselves, and those rivalries would be displayed during village festival and ceremony. The military function was completely removed once the British took over the country, but the use and display of the flags still remain. Next. And flags were created and commissioned and created when a new member wanted to join the company, or also when the leader of the company died. The flag will become part of his memorial funeral object, and a new flag will be created. And all the design of the flag will actually be kept together. And eventually this design came to be regarded as something akin to heraldic devices. So, as you can see, flags before the Ghana independence in 1957 often display the Union Jack, and after the independence you will actually find the Ghana flag. Next. And towards the beginning of the 19th century, what happened is that the art market took over. So they discovered the flags of the Fante people, and although the production of the flag is still in use for the companies in the villages, a lot of it actually went towards the art market. Next. After that, I would like to talk about the royal banner of the Fon kings of Dahomey. Now, Fon is a major West Africa ethnic and linguistic group, and is included in the country of Benin, now Benin, and of southeast Nigeria. And it's about 3.5 million people. A lot of the slaves who went to Haiti came from this area, as I said before. And naturally the king of the Fon people will parade during procession, and it will be they will always have flags and banners or huge umbrella and canopies, and this will be a way of showing their prestige, their royal values, their power, their authority. And also because a lot of the scenes are quite violent, it was a way of creating some fear on the onlooker. Next. They are similar in size and function to the neighboring flags of the neighboring Fante people, and also very much so like European medieval painting. There is no intention of any sort of perspective. The most important character will be the biggest one in the flag.